In this video, we want to get the Google Maps API key that we can use inside our application. Here, we are not going to display any kind of maps, but we only want to use the places autocomplete list. Now, what you can do is, first, we can visit console.developers.google.com. So you can visit console.developers.google.com, create a project, then get the API key, enable the API key. So right here, what I'm going to do first is I'll create a new project. So I'll click on this plus button. You can decide to use any other project, get the API key, or you can create a new project, then give the project a name. So I'll call this Ionic or Ionic Weather app. So create a project and give it a name, then click on create. Now you'll be taken to this dashboard. Now we don't have any APIs, so we can't enable any APIs and services. Then go to library. Right here on library, you can search for the API service you want to use. The first is we're going to click on this Google Maps JavaScript API. So click on it. Then I need to select my project because it's on another project. So I'll select my project, which is the project I just created. So we'll wait for it to load. Then I click on this Google Maps JavaScript API. So I'll click here. Now it will request that I enable the API. So I'll click here as well. On this dashboard, you can click on credentials. Now it will request us to create a credential. First, we want to get the API key. So right here on this drop down, you can click API key. Now this is going to create a new API key for us. So now you can see I have my own API key, and I believe you have yours as well. Now it requests that you restrict key, but we are going to leave that for now. So what you just need to do is copy this API key from here. Copy, maybe go inside your project somewhere and paste the code so that you have the API key. So I'll paste mine there. Then I'll click on close. So now I have my API key. I'll go to the dashboard. Then I'll click enable APIs, Google Map API, to make sure that it's enabled. Then I'll go back as well. Click on this Google Places API for Android. Click on that as well. So then I'll click on enable to enable the API. So here you can see we have the API key. If I click on libraries to make sure that we've enabled the API for Google Maps JavaScript API, if I go back, check the same for Google Places API. You can see here that the APIs have been enabled. Now what we need to do is to add the API into our index.html file. So go into your project. Then let me close all of this. Close this one as well. Then open up your index.html file, which is this. This is like the entry file where everything will be displayed. So down, we are going to add a script tag, and also we are going to add the API key. So the script tag with its source script. Then I'll add the source. Now the source is going to be from https then / maps.googleapis.com then /maps/API/JS then the question mark key equal, then you add your API key here. Then after that you add the ampersand symbol. Then you add libraries equal places. So I'll copy my API key from here. I'll delete this later. So copy my API key, then paste it right here. So right now you can see we have the script tag with the URL going to maps.googleapis.com, then maps API JS key equal to your API key and libraries equal to places. So just add this into your index.html file and we are good to go. In the next video, we'll see how we can write the functions to give us the places autocomplete.